There's your tools right here, your instructions. I rode this at CES and was waiting for this to get into the ESG offices. Now that it's finally here, it's cool. And $8.99 is actually a great price. So back in January, I did speak to somebody from Segway when I was at CES, and they were telling about the price. And they told me under $1,500, and I thought that was amazing. But seeing how you can get it for $8.99 right now, I think that's actually crazy. And that's a good deal. So it's a quick setup. You just put the handlebars on and latch these two things on, and I think you should be good to go. You can already see that the TFT display is, I love this thing, man. And it has an app where you can dial in the settings. And it has been the #1 thing on all scooters. It has turn-by-turn navigation when you get it hooked up to your phone. I know we've seen this with other scooters, but that's with the phone. You have to use your actual phone and pad your phone out, and then give you turn-by-turn within the app. But this one has it on the TFT screen, but we'll get into that later. Let's pull it out the box. I guess we'll find out how heavy this thing is. Let's see. Oh, it's not heavy at all. Let me just get it out the styrofoam because I don't want to make a mess while I'm here in public. As I'm pretty sure you guys can see the animals were making all that noise. But boom, here we go. This off. Boom, look at that. So let's see what else comes in the box. You get a user manual and then important information on like riding safety tips. They give you a thank you note, valve extender, Allen wrenches, and also they give you this cord. So if you're looking for the charger brick, that's not what this is. You actually put it right here. It's a charge port door right here. We've seen this on the other 9bots, but they said this is a 3x charger. You plug this to your wall, boom, pop it right here. We'll put the charge time on the screen when we have that. Boom, and you go just directly to a wall. So that's what comes in the box. But I recommend you guys get into the user manual because this scooter is super high tech. It offers a ton of features within the app, and this is what helps you understand what's going on. Like app features. They have light effects, starting speed, energy recovery, imperial metric system, locking, scheduled charging, so many things. Apple Find My. I know when we get electric scooters, sometimes we take these user manuals and we throw them away, but with the Segway Max G3, it's actually worth getting into and reading so you can really know your scooter. It's not my favorite thing, but before you get this scooter going, you actually have to charge it for a few seconds, then power it on, then scan the QR code to activate it in the app, and then get it going. So go inside, plug this bad boy in for a few seconds, and then come back outside.
So it's got a lock on it, and I have a pattern lock. Any of you kids from the 80s and 90s, tell me if you recognize this pattern. Big fan of the display and the options on this display because with this you can have caller ID displayed. It can tell you the time. It can also, if you're using a map app to give you directions, it can give you directions, turn-by-turn directions on this display so that you don't have to stop to pull out your phone, or even worse yet, you don't have to pull out your phone while riding, because riding one-handed on a scooter is dangerous. My son crashed because of that. He had to have surgery because of some broken bones, and so I love that they have this feature here where you can just look down on this display, this really bright, crisp display, and know exactly where to go. On the left is this control module which allows you to adjust speed levels, lights, turn signals, and this button here is a customizable button, so you can customize what you want that button to do. And then here is your bell.
Right here in the very center is a TFT LCD display, very crisp, easy to see in direct sunlight. On the right side, you have this thumb throttle and also a twist throttle.
The whole cockpit, it's designed to allow you to control everything with your thumbs and keep both hands on the handlebar for safe riding. There are bright turn signals. I like that they're protected on the edge so that if your scooter were to fall, you won't have problems with the turn signal lights getting broken. Up in the front, you have this light bar, which is a nice touch. And then you have this adjustable headlight, which is pretty bright, but I like that it's high mounted and it is adjustable. Moving down, we have the folding mechanism. And then once folded, that'll lock in so that it'll be secure for carrying. Coming here to the front, you have this handle, and this handle also doubles as a place where you can lock your scooter. It's a nice spot where you can put a bike lock. Coming down from there, we have dual front hydraulic suspension with 44 millimeters of travel. This is an 11-inch by 3-inch self-sealing tubeless pneumatic tire with Segway technology designed. In most scooters and in bikes, you want the steering pole to come right down through the axle. In this case, you can see it's positioned more anteriorly. We've seen scooters like this in the past that have been a little awkward to ride, but in this case, they call it Segway technology. I'm not sure what they've done, but when we tested this out in Vegas and when we were just riding it around here in the streets and the neighborhoods, we've had no problems with stability issues. It actually feels really comfortable. So whatever they did with the Segway technology, putting this steering pole more anteriorly, it worked.
G3 has a nominal 450 watt motor with a peak output of 1000 watts, a built-in 477 watt hour battery, delivering up to 44 miles in eco mode at 9 miles an hour, and 25 miles in sport mode at 20 miles an hour. And it's supposed to handle slopes up to a 20% incline, which I've heard mixed reviews on it, so we're gonna find some inclines and test this. As for suspension and tires, the front comes with hydraulic suspension and the rear comes with elastomer suspension, paired together to give you a really comfortable ride. To help smoothen out that ride even more, we have these 10-inch tubeless, self-sealing tires to help prevent punctures, which was a big selling point for me. For brakes and safety, it's equipped with a front disc brake and a rear electronic brake, both controlled by one lever. It also includes traction control system and stability enhancement, also known as Segride, and bright integrated lighting like headlights, brake lights, and turn signals for added visibility and safety. As far as display and smart features, the F3 comes with a color TFT display that shows you your navigation, speed, the riding mode, and the battery in real time. And once you hook up your phone, you'll have other connectivity features like Bluetooth unlocking, which includes AirLock, Apple Find My integration, app control, and firmware updates, which we'll dive into all that information later. As far as design and portability, it's easily foldable with a really good locking mechanism, and it isn't too heavy, weighing around 42 pounds. The F3 will also support riders up to 265 pounds. Other mentions of the scooter is the water resistant rating, IPX6 for the body, and IPX7 for the battery. So shallow puddles and light rain is not going to be an issue.
So now for a quick hill test here. This first test will just be normal acceleration. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. All right. So we are getting up this thing. 12 miles per hour already. And just compared to other scooters that I've tested in this price range, this thing is performing very well on this hill. Again, the motor maxes out at 2000 watts here. So when it needs to, it will give you that extra power. All right, so this next test will be the boost mode. So holding down on the brake and the throttle in 3 seconds, we will be ready to go. All right, so let's get this thing going. Pretty good acceleration. Again, you got to make sure that you do lean back a little bit because my front wheel did come up, but that's because I wasn't properly ready. But we're already at 20 miles per hour, zooming up this hill. Definitely faster than the previous test, but of course, that's what boost mode is supposed to be about. Okay, so now I'm going down this same hill, and one feature that this scooter does have that I really do like is that, say I do want to come over here and just park, if I actually press down on the brake here just for a few seconds, it will enter in this hill mode, which basically will allow the rear wheel to lock up. So now it's not going to go anywhere. So you can see right here, I'm just holding it. I'm not stopping it at all. I'm just kind of lightly holding it up and the wheel is not moving. Now this also does have a walking mode. So just press the mode button here on the handlebars until you get to walk. And then now just press down on the throttle. And then this will turn on the motor just a little bit so you can walk alongside of it. So I'm not doing anything here. The motor is giving me just enough power to get up this hill without having to carry it up or actually try to get on and try to ride it. Oh, and as far as locking up the entire scooter for security reasons, if you're leaving it out somewhere, there's this AirLock feature that Segway has. So once you have your smartphone paired to the scooter, you'll be able to just simply walk up to your scooter, press on the power button, and be able to start riding because it identifies your phone. But if you don't have this feature on, or you just don't have your phone with you, you can still set a 4-digit passcode. So when you walk up, turn on the power button, you have to enter in that passcode. And this AirLock feature will lock up the rear wheel so no one can just walk up and push it easily. Now the Segway app that you use with this scooter is so good. It gives you all the customization as I mentioned earlier in this video, but you can also activate a dashboard when you're riding. So it'll show you your speed, and then also it'll show you the riding duration, the vehicle temperature. And this is also where you can customize most of the features that I've talked about in this video. And you can also just choose how long it takes for the scooter to automatically power off. You can also adjust the sound effects and how loud the sound effects are going to be. You can also set up scheduled charging. And so I recommend to never charge a scooter or electric e-bike or something when you are sleeping, because you never know, something can happen. But you can set up a schedule to where it only charges between these certain hours when you are awake if you want. And then you have a bunch of other different settings and stuff. But yeah, a lot of stuff you can do inside of the app, especially with just keeping it updated with the latest software. All right, so look, the Segway Max G3 is just a rock solid scooter. And for the normal price of $13.99, that's not cheap, right? It still does cost a little bit, but I can tell you just from experience, compared to other scooters that cost just a few $100s more to even maybe like $700 or $800 more. The type of package that you get from the specs to the riding quality, the build quality, and the speed, and just the acceleration, all that stuff, this is a very aggressive price from Segway, and easily just a couple of years ago, this scooter probably would cost like $2,500. And so all of this makes this a very easy recommendation for a nice little scooter to take to work or just to cruise around town. So I'm gonna drop a link down below in the description of this video for this Segway Max G3, but I really wanna know your thoughts about this. Let me know what you think about this scooter down in the comments below. But like always, I do wanna thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.